Deep root growth and increased organic matter in the soil are two key benefits. But those are only the beginning of what annual ryegrass offers growers when used as a cover crop in a corn-soybean rotation. For example, one valuable use for annual ryegrass is to help break up natural hard-pan soils or soil compaction.
It is a big benefit for the soil. Again, it helps break compaction. It'll add organic matter over the years if you keep your rotations up with annual ryegrass in the fall. Keep your biology cranking through the winter months down low when it's dormant, because in the spring with that root there, it gives it something to feed on, and the biology will come back real quick, and that's what you want for the natural release of your nutrients.
I think after 3 years, one can start seeing the differences. We're going to increase the organic matter in the surface. Actually, planting annual ryegrass for 2 years, I think, will probably do as much to the soil as running a deep ripper through it in regards to reducing or eliminating compaction in the soil.
Growers are also interested in the role of annual ryegrass in holding nitrogen in the soil, especially following summer or fall manure application.
Annual ryegrass is good for soil structure, and also I like it because it's a nitrogen scavenger, since it's taking up the nitrates in the soil for my corn crop the following spring, releasing it throughout the growing season.
The bottom line is to make us money and to have a higher yield. At like an 8-inch top growth, we have almost 80 units of nitrogen sequestered. So with your nitrogen laid out there, that's just money you don't have to spend on nitrogen.
It's a great scavenger of nitrogen, so we're able to back down our nitrogen use, and this year we're doing stalk nitrate test. We think we can even back it down more than that.
Throughout the winter and spring, annual ryegrass provides ground cover for fields, helping to prevent water and wind erosion of the soil.
We got started about 4 years ago using annual ryegrass, and the benefits we've seen so far is definitely helps a lot on water erosion in the winter time when we don't have any crops growing. And we think we're seeing some benefits from the deep rooting and allowing the next crop's roots to go down deeper.
Beyond erosion control, nitrogen scavenging, and general soil improvements, research indicates that using annual ryegrass helps control soybean cyst nematode. While results are promising and potentially profitable, additional research is ongoing.
We did some work with annual ryegrass in comparison with cereal rye and bare ground on cyst nematodes. And what we found out is that we see a real strong suppression of the cyst nematode reproduction when it's utilized as a cover crop for soybeans. So annual ryegrass is planted, soybeans are grown in the annual ryegrass, and when we start checking those cyst nematode populations in the fall, we saw huge reductions in populations. As a result, we were getting significant yield increases on those soybeans.
Because crop management decisions will vary with soil conditions, weather patterns, and where your farm is located, especially north to south variation, growers interested in using annual ryegrass should learn as much as they can from others who've had success with the system.
Anytime we add cover crops into an existing system, there is a layer of management that you have to be prepared for. It's like anything else that we would add. We want to make sure we have that management in hand before we move into that direction.
The thing to remember is it's not a 1 year type program. You do it 1 year, use annual ryegrass, you may not see, especially depending on the weather conditions, you may not see much changes. It's a long term, same as with continuous no-till. You got to prepare the field, and it's about year 5 before you start reaping the real benefits.